Alright, look, check this out, right? Check this out. Got this story for y'all about this frog, right? A frog named Fred. Fred the Frog. Fred the Frog. Let me tell you the story one time. Got this frog named Fred, right? This frog, look, they had this big sport, like frog Olympics, right? Check this out. I know it's crazy. You think I'm crazy. I really knew this dude, man. There's a frog named Fred. He entered the Olympics, the Frog Olympics, right? The game that they was in was they was gonna race up the Eiffel Tower. You know what I'm saying? They was gonna race all the way to the top of the Eiffel Tower. So you got like hundreds, thousands of frogs. You know what I'm saying? Down here, you got the Frog 5 News. You got all this going on. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a really big deal in frog country. You know what I'm talking about? So look, check this out. I'm serious. This is y'all think I'm playing. Look, check this out now. Check it out. They're all at the bottom of the Eiffel Tower. You know what I'm saying? The crowds are watching and everything. Huge crowd, man. A lot of people watching. A lot of people pay attention to these frogs, man. Big deal, real big deal. Okay, so bang, gun goes off. Frogs start jumping. They start climbing this tower, right? They're climbing this tower, right? And that's when it starts, man. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of negative people in frog world too. You know what I'm saying? So you got people hollering, "Hey, y'all tripping, y'all crazy, y'all ain't never gonna make it. These folks think they're gonna make it to the top of this tower." You know, these frogs keep on jumping, but frogs start falling off, man. They're falling off. They can't do it. They just can't do it. They falling off. Bang, 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 boom, boom. But they keep on racing. They're racing to the top of this tower. People hollering up, "Hey, y'all look crazy. Y'all know y'all can't make it to the top." And they're just hollering, you know, these frogs going crazy about it. "Man, y'all know y'all can't do this, man. Y'all tripping, man." You know what I'm saying? Wow, there comes another frog. Wow, there comes another frog. I mean, I'm talking about like there's a bunch of negative people in this crowd, man. They just don't believe they can make it, right? Look at these frogs racing. They dropping like flies, man. Dropping like flies. At the end of the race, only one frog crossed the finish line. A frog named Fred. Fred the Frog. Only frog crossed the finish line. Now check this out. Check this out now. So Fred, you know, he gets to be lowered down. He done put in his work, so they lower him on down. You know what I'm saying? He's just he's the man right now. Everybody's now they want to be cool with Fred. You know what I'm saying? Because a minute ago they said he wasn't gonna do it. Now they just say cool with him. But he gets to the bottom. Frog 5 News walks up. Fred. Man, that was awesome, man. Nobody thought that this was even possible. Would you like to tell us how it is that you made this happen? Fred didn't say nothing. Fred just stood there and just looked at the person. Fred, there's a lot of people here that really want to understand, like, how did you do this? He wasn't saying nothing. Then here comes this old woman frog hopping up. That was Fred's mom. Fred's mom come up to her and hugged Fred real hard. Then she started doing sign language to him, telling him, you know, "I'm really proud of you, and I love you, you know, you're awesome." She was doing sign language. That's when everybody realized Fred was deaf. Fred couldn't hear. All Fred knew was he was in a race. He was going to the top of this tower, and there wasn't nobody going to stop him. He was going to get to the top. He wasn't listening. There wasn't nothing to hear. He wasn't hearing all the negative thoughts. That negative thoughts seep in people's minds, and they start second guessing themselves when they're starting to do things in this world. It's like the pyramids, the Egyptian pyramids. You got these Egyptians back in the day. They drew out in the sand. All right, look, check this out. Look, I think we're gonna put, right here. We're gonna put a pyramid right here and right here. We're even gonna put one over here, right? But I mean, all right, look, check this out. So the drawing in this sand, how they're gonna do this, how they're gonna put these pyramids out here, right? Okay, so let's think about this. these winds get really, really, really strong around here in these deserts, man. And I don't want to have to rebuild this thing. So we got to make these, I don't even know if you can call them bricks, these big boulder of bricks. Big enough and heavy enough to where the wind don't blow them over. And this pyramids will last. They didn't have cranes. They didn't have machines. They didn't have these things back then. You know what I'm saying? All they had was people, ropes, and pulleys. You know what I'm saying? People to this day find it mind-boggling. It's like one of the biggest unknown, ununderstood phenomenons of this world is how these Egyptians built these pyramids, dude. But I'm going to tell you how they built these pyramids. Back then, they didn't, like I just said, they didn't have cranes, machines. They didn't have these things. So it wasn't an option. All they knew was they drew in this sand. They wanted a pyramid here, here, and here. And they did it. There wasn't nobody to tell them they couldn't. There wasn't nothing to tell them. They just did it. It wasn't easy by no means. But they did it because they didn't know they couldn't. I asked a guy one time, I said, this is when I was studying in my Bible real hard, I said, if Jesus walked on water, how come we can't fly? I said, if he can walk on water, how come we can't fly? He said, think about what you just said now. I said, what did I say? You know, I mean, if Jesus can't walk on water, why can't we fly? He said, you just said, if he walked on water, why can't we fly? You said right there that you couldn't. You already believe you can't. The minute you start believing you can do something, I'm telling you, it's crazy, dude. That faith that I was talking about of a child, the faith of a child, you have to believe in whatever it is you want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's the faith of a child, dude. They just wanted to build some pyramids. This looked like a pretty good idea. And that's what they did, man. They didn't have nobody to tell them they couldn't. Wasn't nothing stacked against them. They just did it. Who cares what society says about me? Who cares that I might have 10, 11 felonies? I don't even know how many I got. Who cares I've been to prison 4 times? Who cares? That society tells me that that's what I'm supposed to go back to. Everything's stacked against me. But I'm like Fred the Frog. I can't hear you. Thank y'all.